you call me, 'cause I can't go. Someone's wrong on the internet, don't you know? Our next speaker is Dr. Frank Etscorn III, inventor of the nicotine patch, psychology professor, formerly at New Mexico Tech. And we shared an office, great fun. But Frank is going to regale you with a talk about quack medicine, right?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Well, thank you. Well, I need that, all right. Yeah, I shared an office with Dave, and I spent 2 years in that office like this, trying to figure out what the hell he was telling me, and it was science the whole time. I am not Bigfoot. These are 15 double E's, but I have not wandered through any forest anytime soon. It was good to see a picture of Ken Fraser. His daughter worked in my lab, Michelle, and she was as smart as he was. She was a very good kid. You've had some really smart people up here, some very logical people, some very interesting people. Now you got me. It's going to be a bit different. It's going to be really different. I've got to read a little bit to you because I'm old and semi-senile. Charles II in the 17th century used the royal touch to treat hundreds of thousands of people. The king got sick, and he was treated as follows. Hang on to this. A pint of blood was extracted from his right arm and a half pint from his left shoulder, followed by an emetic, an enema made up of 15 substances. The royal head was then shaved and a blister was raised. Then a sneezing powder, more emetics and bleeding, some smooth soothing potions, which consisted of a plaster of pitch and pigeon dung on his feet. Finally, 40 drops of extract of human skull and the application of a bezoar stone, after which His Majesty died. I think he was a lucky man to have died as quickly as he did, to not suffer any more of these pains. Now, I want to go through things. A bezoar stone, what's a bezoar stone? It's the crystallized tear from a deer bitten by a snake. It's a calcareous secretion from a bovine's stomach. It's nothing special. Would you eat one? If I poisoned you, I gave you a bezoar stone and said, if you eat this, you'll be okay. You eat it. Strangely enough, you survive. But what's cool is you can reuse it. That's recyclable medicine at its best. Why did some of this crap work? Placebo effect. And some people simply got well. We don't figure in that, but people just get well. We have spontaneous remission from cancer and a variety of illnesses. Blister was raised. How did that blister get raised? We get a cup. We heat it up. We put it anywhere on our body. And what does it do? It pulls the vacuum when it cools off. And it makes a hickey. It makes a damn hickey. Now, I've been around a lot of jocks, athletic supporters. No, wait a minute. Sports people. Been around a lot of them. And I never, ever heard a guy say, I was out on a date last night, and Susie gave me a hickey on my neck, and by God, I scored 30 points in the basketball game last night. And that's how stupid that stuff is. And you're seeing it in professional athletes. What I want to know is who is the sports doctor that's selling that crap on those people? It ain't doing anything. All right, let me more bullshit. Oh, excuse me. Jocks. Oh, here we go. This is going to be fun. Relax and enjoy this. We've always wanted to live forever. But did you know if you ate ground up Egyptian mummy, you would live much longer? No, you didn't, because it contained arsenic and it killed them. Mercury for syphilis. Radium was eaten for a variety of illnesses. Horse dung for malaria. Rubbed on here. This is all pre-Vicks Vapo Rub stuff here, folks. Owl blood for difficulty in breathing. I would have thought that would have been for vision myself. Hang on. I didn't make this up. Bat blood for preserving the breasts of virgins. Now, we don't know. History didn't tell us whether they're males or females. Chicken blood for cerebral hemorrhages. Lamb blood for epilepsy. Crocodile blood for visual acuity. Virginal urine. Piss on it. Sweat was always good. Hair. Eunuch fat. Now, how are you going to acquire eunuch fat? I mean, you're going to go up and slice a hunk off of a eunuch? How do I find a eunuch? Saliva from a fasting man. Powdered starfish. Powdered bedbug. Human urine. Snake excrement. Moth scraped from the skull of a victim of violent death. What do you do with it? Do you eat it? Do you shoot it in your arm? What do you do? Spermatic fluid of frogs. How did they acquire that? I ain't going to touch that. Earthworms steeped in turpentine. Bricks. A ground up brick. You ate a brick. Did they pass the brick? I won't say shoot a brick.
Little roughies. A little roughies.
A little roughies. Sympathetic powders. Powders cured the injuries of a wounded person when applied to the body or wound-inflicting instrument. Let me get that straight. So, I stab you, you're in pain, you're bleeding to death, but if I rub sympathetic powder, like a powdered brick, on this knife, you'll be better. God almighty, damn, what does that mean? It means we ain't got any sense whatsoever. That's what that means. Ah, Lord have mercy. Lung problems? Eat the lungs out of a fox because they're long-winded. Like affects like. Oak trees. Epilepsy? Treat them with mistletoe because it grew on the oak tree which never fell. None of this makes any sense. But it's what we did in our history. We sure did. We did all this weird stuff. If you're bald or approaching baldness, bear fat on your head. Because what? A bear's hairy. Good God Almighty. In the mid-1700s, a man named Quackery contributed to the abandonment of mummy, bezoar stones, unicorn horn. Oh, unicorn horns. Ooh, wonder what that was. They ground them up. And they ingested the unicorn horns. It was a narwhal. It was a narwhal's tusk is what they were using. And they were charging astounding amounts of money. So Mr. Quackery contributed all this. His better drug, again, earthworms steeped in turpentine. I don't know how we got here, but we had some good stuff back in the 1700s, 1800s. One was tar water. Have you ever heard of tar water? Tar water consisted of a gallon of water, a quart of tar. You shake hell out of it and let it sit for 3 days and drink the supernate and the stuff on top. What did it do? It counteracted dehydrational therapies, bleedings, vomitings, and diarrheas. And it helped people just because it was water. Water. Funny stuff, funny stuff. Here's a good one. This is a good one. Another, Charles II's doctor. He had a skeptical view of Bezor stones. A man tried to sell one to the king. Padre said it was bullshit. Well, he probably didn't use that language. King asked any condemned prisoners around. The palace cook was locked up for stealing 2 silver dishes. To the cook, if you drink this poison and put this Bezor stone in your mouth, we'll free you if you live. He died 7 hours later, and they threw the Bezor stone in the fire, which is probably where it needed. Now, I want to go through some of my favorite things. We are besieged with crap on television. It's all crap. It's crap from, I'm telling you, I look at this stuff and it makes me sick since I know a little bit of pharmacology. Provanax, it helps with negative thoughts. Oh my God. It's got caffeine in it. Prevagen, a healthier brain. And it costs $203 for nothing. Prevagen. All this kind of crap like this is nothing more than a vitamin tablet with something hokey and spooky attached to it. There's nothing to this stuff. Oh my God, vampire facials. I'm thinking about doing one of those just to see what the hell it's like. Do you know what they're doing? They're pulling blood out of a vein. They're spinning it down in a centrifuge. Then they put it in a microneedle array of injectors and inject it into their face. Why? If you want to catch AIDS, HIV, a number of bloodborne diseases, I think it's a good way to do it, since I doubt they can clean those microneedles very well. Vampire facial. Composition. Oh, God. Oh, God, this just burns me up. Here's a good one. Anti-wrinkle patches. I know a little bit about patches. I told my wife she didn't quit smoking and use a patch. I was going to use a duct tape patch on her. She believed me, too, because I'm that way. A neck and chest anti-wrinkle patch. An anti-wrinkle patch for eyes and your smile. For a facelift, a patch. Or you can get all 3 for $30 all in one. Bullshit. Party patch. You can put this patch out and go get knee walking drunk and you won't be hungover the next day. That's the best pitch I've ever seen in my life. It's called an amethystic agent, a sobering agent. We ain't got one. It's called time. It's called time. The party patch. $39 for 25 of the damn things. A red light mat. Someone bought a bunch of surplus LEDs and made these damn mats, and you sleep on it or lay on it, and it cures everything that you've never even had before. Here's another one. God almighty. Quentin Marine Plaza Hypertonic Marine Plasma. It's cold microfiltered natural seawater. Oh my God, in the early morning, what are people doing? Why do we do this? Why don't we think? Oh man, I need to put a grounding sheet on my bed because experiencing prolonged grounding benefits during your body's peak regeneration time each night. So I need to be grounded when I sleep. Jesus H. Christ. It just makes me mad. I hate to see people ripped off unless I'm doing the ripping. Super sleep system. $4,000, and I put 3 mats of magnets under my damn bed. Lord have mercy. Capillus Plus. Anybody run into one of those? It's the hat with the LEDs. It makes your hair grow. You know how much that damn thing costs? $3,000.
Wow.
Super Beats. More bullshit. Homeopathic medicine, please Google it. If it's going out to other people, if you're taking homeopathic medicine, please Google what the hell it is, because it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Oh, God. Now they got an Omnilux mask with LEDs. You put it on your face, acne is gone. Oh, my God. Hydrogen. We got to have hydrogen-infused water now for our health. Hydrogen, and I walked into a store and a guy tried to give me some of that. I said, what the hell do you think I am? I may be from Kentucky and tall, but I'm not stupid. Damn. Here's the thing that puts hydrogen in your bath water for $250. What if you blew up? We got to educate. We just got to educate. I taught drugs and behavior for years at Tech. I taught the pseudoscience course at one time. But it's education. It's just, does it make any sense? If it doesn't make any sense, it probably is stupid. I'm not afraid to tell somebody, God damn, that's stupid, man. What the hell are you thinking? I mean, I've done it to my wife. She waits till I go to sleep, too. She's not stupid. She's just tall. It's education. We got to get people to stop and think before you do. And it's hard to do. We want simple solutions to complex problems. That's really it. Any questions? Thank you. I appreciate it. No questions. Oh, Nux vomica, homeopathic, hangover relief. You know what Nux vomica is?
Strychnine.
Strychnine. Jesus Christ. Belladonna. What does belladonna do?
Makes you see things.
Oh, Lord, it contains atropine, atropos who cut the thread of life. Bullshit. I've taken so much of this stuff in demonstrations like this that my doctor said you're going to become diabetic. It's all sugar. Thank you, folks. Yes, ma'am.
Can I just say, you mentioned homeopathy. When you have a small child or a baby, you go in to talk to anybody from CFI knows about this because it's lost it. When you go in and you look for a cold remedy, everything you find is homeopathic.
Mm-hmm.
I went to get Vicks Vapor Rub because I felt like Vicks Vapor Rub has some effective ingredients, it's camphor or something. Vicks makes homeopathic baby Vicks.
Uh-huh.
And all it will do is it has pleasant smells for your baby. No camphor, no actual active ingredients, but you'll pay $12 for it.
That's it. I was thrown out of Sprouts because the homeopathic shelf in there, I was raising hell. What is this stuff in here? Why are you selling it? So I've been banned from there. I don't care. I've been banned from I was banned from my own house for 3 days. DT.
Do my unit on quack medicine in my class on pseudoscience. I take an overdose of the Nux vomica.
Good.
And nothing happens.
No. It's right tasty, sucrose, lactose.
But I felt bad when I had to buy some.
Do like I did, steal it.
Well, so I had a story of what I told Sean a couple years back what homeopathy was.
I asked him, I didn't know what it was. I literally didn't know what it was. And I was like, what is that? And what is homeopathy? And he starts explaining it to me, and I'm like, no, come on, what is it really?
Yeah.
Like, really, what is it?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's what it is. And I'm like, and it took a little while for you to convince me that that's what it was.
I'm not putting you on, it really is that stupid.
Yeah.
You're describing dishwashing.
Stop it.
Any others? Yes.
I have an anecdote. This is telling on people. So I work for a hospital. So I know, healthcare professionals. I've known at least a couple. One I worked with 30 years ago was reading a book on homeopathy. We apparently believe. So nurses are not immune to pseudoscience. Another nurse got a kid who had given her she had like cough medicine or something that was homeopathic for a kid, and the kid, I guess, I don't know how she did it to her. The kid took too much, but anyway, she was alarmed that they took too much, and so they actually called like poison control.
Oh yeah.
And they, of course, told her, well, we don't really care,
What a shame. What a shame.
So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, not even the people that you think you should know better. I'm not telling them, no, it's not always the people who know nothing about this.
Well, I grew up in Kentucky, and one of the cures for an earache was to blow hot tobacco smoke into the ear. Oh yeah, that's very common. And a dog, if you had a cut, the cure, get a dog to lick the cut. And the dog just got through licking its ass. No, Kentuckians, we're pretty primitive back there. Yeah, I just got out of the woods about 2 weeks ago. Any other questions, you folks? Yes.
It was mentioned that you invented the nicotine patch?
Yes. Some fool had to do it, and I raised my hand. No, I had a bottle of nicotine base that would have probably killed everybody in Socorro County, and I tripped on a cable and poured it down my damn fool arm, and then threw up for 8 hours, lost 15 pounds. Wow, this is a great way to get nicotine in somebody I'm smoking, dipping, or chewing. And then I replicated it and damn near killed myself twice. Yeah, it was fun.
On our YouTube channel, the NMSR, we've got Frank talking all about that.
Okay, cool.
Anybody else?
I have a small one, just again, the anecdote talk about people buying into pseudoscience. I used to drive and deliver for Amazon the last mile delivery, when they bring stuff to your door. One of the most common things that we had to deliver, alkaline water, boxes and boxes and boxes. Who would be buying, I'm not kidding, 6-8 boxes of it? I remember because I had carried it, and version 1 was 40 pounds.
Wow.
We were talking hundreds of pounds for people on a daily basis sometimes.
Funny stuff. Funny
Now,
stuff.
There's a lawsuit going on in Las Vegas, Nevada, for a company there that's producing alkali water, and they didn't calibrate their instrumentation correctly, and it resulted in some morass of water contaminants. I don't know the exact, I can't recall right now, but you can look it up at it's not smart water, but alkaline water loss in Las Vegas. They killed a couple people.
It's bleach in the water.
It was something that they couldn't quite taste, but if they were drinking nothing but this particular water, which some of them were, and some of them were giving it to their kids, like the baby was hospitalized, and the old guy died, and the families are suing, and people got very, very sick. But
Quackery.
yes, you can die from alkali water if something goes wrong.
I was just going to add, not to make light of it, but Billy Joel's daughter, Alexa Ray, tried to kill herself with homeopathic antihistamine. She's fine. True story.
It's a very safe, homeopathic medicine is very safe. I mean, the LD50, you don't worry about it.
So Randy was talking about how some in the medical profession should know better. And one of the strangest practices of all, therapeutic touch, is really popular among nurses. Like 80,000 nurses are registered practitioners of basically this voodoo, passing their hands and transferring the human energy force. And it's just,
Well, Sherry did the therapeutic touch on me, but it was both hands kind of like this. You know, yeah, she was tight.
we call that therapeutic strangling.
That's exactly. Any others, folks? I enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you.
James Randy, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. Someone's wrong on the internet, don't you know?